Hello, loved ones. So, I was kind of scrolling through some live streams on YouTube. Just kind of got sucked into a doom scroll. And then I realized what I was doing. And I got inspired to make a video here. So, that's what I'm doing. And these videos, unlike my audio podcast, are very unscripted, very impromptu, unedited entirely. And I'm not even making thumbnails for them yet, but I will. I'm getting to that. I'm getting to where I'm going to make some good quality videos. But for now, I'm just kind of expressing some things that are maybe a little bit deeper or a little bit further, I guess. So anyway, I found myself doom scrolling, and well, I came across some different types of people, and my heart breaks for these people. It really does. You know, I see one person who obviously is very self-conscious about a teenage person, and very self-conscious, obviously having some kind of identity crisis and breaking down, and apparently seeking some kind of validation from the YouTube audience. And I'm like, listen, stop listening to, I didn't say these things. Of course, this is what I'm thinking. I'm like, stop listening to all of this noise. Because this world is becoming so materialistic, much more than it was. I believe we came here. Yeah, we live in a physical, material realm right now. We are immortal beings, immortal souls that live outside, that really exist outside of this. But we come in here and we inhabit these bodies so that we can interact and maneuver and things like that in this physical reality, temporarily, of course. So I see these people in there, and I'm like, you're seeking some kind of validation. Validation for what? Well, validation for something that you was already implanted in you by this. So it's like you get implanted with in some kind of identity crisis, and then they get confused about things and they don't know which way to go. So what do? Or they do know which way they would like to go, or which way they've been, whatever. But then they go to social media and they look for validation. They look for someone to tell them to do it or whatever. And then, to make matters even worse, you've got a bunch of very hateful people in the comments section, telling this person, I don't even want to repeat it. Now, I'm like, we're all screwed, I'm like, we're not, okay, we're not. But temporarily for a minute, I'm like, oh my God, we're screwed. The world is just, wow. But then I think, okay, and I've said this many, many times, the human collective is pretty well screwed, okay? Sorry, it just is. But as individuals, we don't have to be. See, we can decide to go with the herd, to just continue to be a member of the herd and get corralled into whatever's going to happen to the herd, or we can decide to break away and go the other direction, in our own direction. And that's where individuality is a beautiful thing. Because no matter what's going on with the collective, and I'm not being negative when I say that when most people will agree, but I don't think you're necessarily being negative when you say that the world is going to hell in a handbasket. It really doesn't matter. Oops, did I say that? Yes, it doesn't matter if the world is going to hell in a handbasket, because it's going to do what it's going to do. But The reason why it doesn't matter is because you, as an individual, don't have to go that way. You, as an individual, can decide, I am a sovereign, immortal soul. I am inhabiting this body temporarily to have an experience. I'm going to make this experience really cool. I'm going to go ahead and do that. And when it's over, fine, it's over. We'll go back to wherever we came from. We may decide to do it again. That part, I don't know. That's a whole other subject. Doesn't matter. But the point is, you as an individual can claim your I amness. Claim your individuality. And be whatever it is that you want to be. Because it is just a state of being. Because with you being an immortal soul, meaning you have no beginning or end, you just are. It's just a state of being. Your isness. So whatever you decide to be, whatever you want to make this experience, this physical experience, that we are here to learn something. Certainly that. I think we're here to have a crash course in being creative, being creators. But the first thing you got to do is claim your individuality. Then create your own reality. Break away from that herd. Because people who stand in the herd and then try to stand out, you know what I'm talking about. The people who are standing inside the herd. And maybe they're waving their arms and yelling, hey, look over here, whatever, yeah. They're going to get trampled by the herd. But you can, if that person would instead stop trying to do that and I'm just going to go over here, right? I'm going to separate myself from the herd and just go be me. And create an amazing life. And be an example for others, yes, but not for that reason. But just by default, I guess, maybe not default, but whatever, you will be an example for others who will see you living this amazing life while everything else is going to hell. And it's like, well, how are you doing so well? What's he doing? What's she doing? And then they will hopefully figure it out. And therefore, you have led them to also be creators, I guess. Anyway, loved ones, that's just kind of what I thought. I guess doing a little people watching. And my heart breaks for them, but I can't save them. I can't save the world. I can't save humanity. You can't either. We can't do it. But we can save ourselves. And if each one does it, well, then we do. Well, then I guess we have saved the world. But we can't do it as individuals. As individuals, we can only save ourselves. So save yourself. Begin by claiming your sovereignty. And then, what are you? Right? I mean, on the podcast I am happy, healthy, wealthy, and free. That's kind of the mantra of the My Sober Addiction podcast. I am. That's really all there is I am. Meaning I exist. So anyway, loved ones, yeah, I just wanted to kind of put this out. And I am outlining a new podcast episode, which should be out tomorrow, September 1st, 2024. Should be. Provided nothing happens like it did last week, which, wow, that was something, and I'll probably be talking about it in the new episode. Anyway, loved ones, I love you, and I'll be back directly.